Welcome, CX Arabia audience. Welcome to this new episode, fantastic episode with Christiene Trippi. Hi, Christine. How are you?
Hello, I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Christine. Just to introduce Christine, you have more than 30 years spent more than 30 years of your life is experience in the hospitality. You're starting too early, just to not to do the math for our people and our audience.
Right.
Yeah, so you have led a lot of change as a general manager in the Marriott hotels, and you have won the general manager of the year in the Marriott hotels, and you have done a fantastic job in this space. And recently, you have launched the new book, which is Yes is the Answer. The new book. I got the soft copy, Christine, and we would love to discuss about this book. If you want to add anything else, and you have named as one of the top 30 gurus now, you are nominated in the top 30 gurus in hospitality recently, and among the top 100 CEOs or managers on the hospitality field. Anything else you want to add to our audience, Christine?
Oh, I'm just excited to be here. Thank you for having me. It's such an honor to know that I've reached such far lands.
Yeah, it is everywhere.
Yes, and I started in hospitality at 17 years old. I was a van driver / laundry girl at a Hampton Inn hotel, and I love our industry. And I just think it's such an honor. And if this book can help you to change the world and drive results inside your businesses, I'm so excited.
It is. Thank you for being here. It is actually, Christine. Nowadays we are focusing a lot on hospitality. I'm originally from Jordan. I'm living here in Saudi Arabia, and all over the place we have a new approaches, a new strategy and vision to be in the hospitality more and more, to grab more visitors, more tourists to the country. So I do believe that within the coming years we'll have hundreds of thousands of employees will be in the hospitality field. So they will benefit a lot from this book and your experience as well. The point is, we always face problems when we go to hospitality, especially we spend all of our money just to go to the hospitality, to the hotels, and we wanted to enjoy, maybe in a business trip or a family trip, we want to have this painless or pain-free or frictionless experience. But sometimes we face a lot of no's. Yani, no, you cannot, and in a very aggressive way sometimes. I don't know what's happening. So how you came to this book? Tell us about your experience in the hospitality in general, because you have been through this for a long time, and it's not easy to say yes all the time. Yes.
Yeah, it's not, and that's how it all was born. And I'll tell you a little bit of the story. It's explains it in the book. However, when I was 19 years old, I was the front office manager at a Crown Plaza hotel. And I just was this young leader, and I just wanted to be the best leader and provide amazing service and have a great team. So I was reading articles in a magazine, a hospitality magazine, and it was all about a gentleman who just got a big promotion, and he worked in hospitality too. And he wanted to take his family out for dinner and really celebrate this big promotion. So they go to dinner, and the waitress says, it's time for dessert, the waitress says to his daughter, "What would you like?" And she says, "I'd like a pineapple milkshake." And the waitress was like, "No, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we don't have milkshakes on the menu." And the dad was so bummed out. He was so disappointed, not just because he wanted everyone to have what they wanted, but how hard is it to make a pineapple milkshake? Just because it's not on the menu, could we have said yes? And it's easy. Any select service hotel could probably even come up with a pineapple milkshake. It doesn't require a lot.
It does not, yes.
Yeah, so he was so disappointed in that lack of creativity and that lack of yes. He went back to his hotel, and he said he had this big team rally. He hung up pineapple milkshakes. He came up with a new motto. Yes is the answer. What is the question? And he said, from this day forward, we no longer say no. Our new motto is yes is the answer. What is the question? So when I read this article, I was like, yes, I am going to do this too. I totally believe in this. So I did the whole thing. I put the milkshakes up. I had my big team rally. And I love to ask my audiences, what do you think happened? Do you think we had the best service ever? And they think yes. And I'm like, no, we didn't have it. It didn't change.
Yes.
We got all excited for a little while. But then when you get challenged with really hard questions, we didn't know how to say yes. And that's the key. We often tell people yes is the answer. Tell people yes. But we don't teach people how to say yes.
And this is my question. Yes, it's we will say yes, but how we will say it? Because I'm sure there are some FAQs always happening, requests, special requests, and you can have a kind of simulation from the experience on what's going on. So there should be a cheat sheet maybe for this.
Yes, and the book is the cheat sheet.
Yes, sure. Checklist and steps, all these.
Yes, and so that's what happened to me when I was 19. I kind of failed at that because putting up posters that say yes is the answer isn't enough. We need to teach our people how. And at the time, I didn't really know how either. But I got super hyper focused on how do you say yes. And through my experience and so really thinking about it, I came to these 4 steps. This is how you do it. And I wanted to share it with the world.
Exactly. Now we will do this. We will go to share it, and we will have the 4 steps. The question is, before we go to why the pineapple and how you called it, how you make the pineapple is the simple for the hospitality. I want just to tell a story. I went that day to the mall with my 9 years kid, and he has some kind of allergy for spaghetti. He wants to have a spaghetti, and it's normal without anything, plain spaghetti, only boiled and has some salt on it. So went to the shop. I told him I need a spaghetti, and it was the only shop selling spaghetti in the mall, in the food court.
Okay.
And he was very hungry. We spent the whole day there, and we wanted just to eat. So he wanted to take it. I told the guy I need the spaghetti only plain. I don't want to have this sauce on it. I told him I will pay full amount. Don't worry, I will pay the full amount.
Right.
Just give me this one and put that one on the side. He said I cannot. No, sorry. I told him why you cannot. Is it already pre-made before? He said, no, it's not made before, but I cannot give you this one. I told him, man, don't put it on the same plate. Just take it out. I will pay it. I don't want to take it. And he rejected, and my kid was really disappointed, and I was really frustrated. I was just thinking, what is this guy is doing? Why we are doing this? Why he is doing this? Why I have this situation with my 9-year-old kid? And he's just, my kid started to say, what's going on? What's happening? Why we have this? And for no reason. There is no justification for this one. And think this is what we need to work on and to change, maybe empowerment. I don't know what. This is what we'll talk about today, right?
Yes.
Yes is the answer again.
Yes.
Yes. And now the question is, we will start with the pineapple. Why we use the pineapple? I know the full story for sure, but I need my audience just to know the pineapple, why we will have the pineapple as a symbol of hospitality.
Okay, well, this is what I know. There's lots of different versions of why, but this is what I know. So what I've always learned is that the pineapple is a symbol of hospitality, and it has been for centuries. You will often see many hotels with the pineapple emblem in their wallpaper or on their door handles or on their front entry. And that's because the pineapple has for centuries been the symbol of hospitality. Now, what I have learned is that back in the day when all the boats would come in with cargo and shipment and whatnot before airplanes and everything, that if a home would put a pineapple on their front porch to say, hey, we're open to give you dinner, or we have a room for you to sleep overnight. So as these sailors would come in, if there was a pineapple on the front porch, that meant that we were welcoming you to come for dinner or to have a room to sleep overnight. And that's how the pineapple became the symbol of hospitality.
Excellent.
I love that.
Yeah, it is very interesting story. And for you had divined the pineapple in the 3 main parts of it. The crown and control. Yeah, if you can tell us.
And for me, when I was coming up with my company, I know that we're all smart hospitality people, so I called it the wise pineapple. But also, like you were mentioning, when you're a pineapple, you stand tall. I want to help people to be confident. When you're a pineapple, you always wear a crown. I want to help you to be empowered and take back your day. And when you're a pineapple, you're sweet on the inside. I really hope to inspire people to lead from the heart.
This is what we need, actually. And just to be confident, and we need to be empowered, as what you said, because
Yes.
empowerment will boost the being confident, and will help our customers more and more. We will not feel like I'm shy, that I cannot help him or do this or that. And this is the story about. Now we will go how we will say yes all the time. We have the 4 steps, as what you mentioned in the book.
Yes.
How we start with the 4 steps. If you want to talk about the 4 steps now, we can start with the 4 steps to say yes all the time. And because it's an easy steps, it's very simple. When you said it, when I read it before and I read it in the book, I started saying, yes, we can think on this way all the time. We should not say no and stop. We should say yes. And even in the work, when do a project management, we have a new projects, I will tell the guys, don't say no, we cannot do this. Start with, we can offer these options for doing the things. We can have this as an alternative, as a kind of, and just using this approach in everyday life, even internally.
Exactly. And let me explain for all of you, the very first step in yes is the answer is to make friends first, to pause and make friends first. Now, let me explain why. And I don't even talk about this in the book, so you're getting some extra bonus right now. Now, the reason that is so important, and it might sound ridiculously simple, make friends first. Of course I would do that. But here's the thing. Everything in the book, and I'll just grab it here. Everything in the book, yes is the answer, is simple, but it's not easy. And the reason it's not easy is because of our biology. So what happens when someone asks you a question that's a hard no? It immediately gives you the anxiety. And what happens in our brain is we go into fight or flight. We either want to just get rid of it and be over with it
be aggressive or start just.
Yes, or we want to fight. No way.
And it will become personal. And even we need to change the mentality. This is the point.
Exactly. So when you get that anxiety, your brain takes over and you just respond, no, I'm sorry, unfortunately, we can't. But if you pause and make friends first, thank you for asking, or thank you for letting me help you have a great visit. That once you pause and make friends first, all of a sudden you get out of the fight or flight and you start leading from the heart. And now you really want to help them.
Yes. And when you say it this way, the way that you said it just now, I will feel very comfortable. Whatever was the request, I will know that this guy wants to help me with this kind of cheering tone of voice. He's very excited to help me.
Yes.
I'm confident that he will give me the best to be done.
Exactly. And that's what it's really about. It's about relationships. So everything in the book, it will help you in your business, but it will also help you with your 9-year-old. It will also help you with your husband or your wife or your father-in-law. It's all about relationships.
It is. And the question is always, this story will happen. I will just tell you about one of the hotels, Intercontinental Phoenicia. It was 7 years ago in Beirut, in Lebanon. We were traveling in a business trip with the company. We have a lot of people from the other operators from different countries going to Lebanon for this conference. Okay. So I wanted, it was a business trip, 6 days. I wanted to take my wife and my kid. He was 2 years on that time, years ago. I just called the hotel from Saudi Arabia. I just called them. I said, I want to bring my family. I think the company will pay the single room amount. I want to check to upgrade to a family room because I will take my wife and my baby, and I will come for the night. So I need to know if there is anything I need to pay. I need just to pay now. Just need to make things ready because it will be a 4 days long day workshop. I need them to feel comfortable. And then the lady said, okay, welcome to Lebanon. We will be happy to have you here. How old is your kid? I told her he is 2 years old.
Perfect.
And we will stay there for 2 years. So just want to make things ready before we go. I don't know what will happen. Then out of sudden, she said, okay, don't worry, Mr. Maher. We will have everything. We already have the booking. And she didn't ask me about my details even. She asked about the company name. They knew the hotel, the booking and all the details. Then she said, okay, no worries. When you come, you can take it. No worries. said, okay, what should I pay? What is the amount? She said, no worries. When you come, we will figure it out. Then I reached the hotel after 1 week or 2 weeks, and I just arrived. Then I asked the guys, we took all the rooms and everyone went to his room. I was asking the guys, they said that they are in the 11th floor, 13th floor, 12th floor, and I was on the 6th floor, I think. I said, okay, what a kind of an upgrade I got. This is not good. I asked the reception, they said it will be free, no upgrade to be done. You can go with the family. When I entered the room, it was my first time that I see baby crib, and it was there was these small slippers for the kids. For this was my first time to see small slippers, by the way, for babies. Yeah. And they put a cover on the crib, and it was a sea view. It's a fantastic sea view hotel room. And they spent the whole day. Even my kid, he was on the room on the room all the time on the window. Then after the break, I asked even our group chief, he was with us. He said, I have that view on the other side of the street. It was on the back side of the streets. It's only industrial area, has nothing as a view, and they gave me nothing. So they upgraded me, and for nothing, only from a phone call. Until now, in every occasion, I'm talking about this experience because she made something extra. It was something worth to be there, and she made the friends first. She didn't do anything, just a call. And I'm living on this experience. She made my life. My family were happy all the days. I was worry-free. It was very joyful.
Yes, I literally have goosebumps.
I like I'm a fan of Intercontinental Phoenicia Lebanon, because what they have done, it's something out of nowhere. I didn't expect this at all, and it was nothing.
And that is what is so magical. One, I can imagine being that person who did that for you, because I know my whole life being in a hotel, when I get to do stuff for people, it is so much fun. That's why our industry is so beautiful. I love getting to
make a life. Everyone, I was all the time. I was saying, thank you guys, thank you. We are very happy all the way.
So and look, how many years later? It's like
8 years now. 8 years, later, 7 years.
You're still talking about it. That's what is magical. And here's the thing that I love to share with people. It's always about those sweet surprises. And it doesn't have to be a massive upgrade either. It's just how you make people feel. And people expect you to be clean. They expect you to be friendly. But when you surprise them with that little extra, that's when they never stop talking about you.
Yes, and this is the point. At what you said, it needs empowerment to the staff, so they can do this. They can take action. They can upgrade. They can offer. Even the water. It was a lot of water bottles because he was a baby. He needed a lot of. They used to refill. So now we go to maybe to option 2. What we can do to the step 2. What we can do, or after making friends.
And that's exactly it. You make friends, and let's just use an example. Let's just use an example of upgrade. And so many times I'll see a guest say, "Hi, I'm Diamond. Can I get an upgrade?" And the associate gets the anxiety because they know they don't have any suites available, and they go, "No, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we're in a sold-out situation." And they let the fright, frustration, and the anxiety get the better of them. However, the guest just said, "I'm Diamond. Can I get a free upgrade?" The very first thing we should do is pause and say, "Congratulations on your Diamond status. We're so glad you're staying with us. Thank you." And make them feel good. Build that relationship. And then when you say that, your brain stops being anxious and you go right into the heart. And now you think about what you can do. Now, you might not have any suites available, but there's always something you can do. So I'm going to give everyone a tip. If you're in hospitality, if you're in hotels, the first thing you should do is congratulate, make friends first. Then you can say, "We have placed you in the best available room. And we really want to celebrate your status. I would love to treat you to a complimentary cocktail for you and your colleague in the lounge tonight." Anything can be an upgrade if you articulate the value.
Just to make him special, to feel special. So this will be, it will be something as a compensation to make me feel happy or feel. What if we cannot offer something for the customer because of his request? I don't know, like having any kind of requests in the hotel, something that it has a clear, straightforward no
Yes.
options for that.
Okay,
How we can
let's do that. And actually, I do this one in the book, but let's do this one because this is a clear no. Now, I don't know what it's like over in Saudi Arabia, but here in America, almost all the hotels are 100% non-smoking.
Still, not here, not all the hotels, still, but maybe on the same direction, yeah.
Okay,
so this is a good example.
And that's good to say because, yeah, not every single hotel, but like all Marriott hotels are non-smoking, all Hyatt, but there are some off brands that are still allowing smoking, but most of their main chains are non-smoking. So let's just say you get a guest calling saying, hey, I'm coming to New Orleans for my first trip and I'd love to book a room and I'd like to get a smoking room. Now, immediately, most associates are going to have that anxiety, like, that's a no.
Yes.
And they're going to go into the no, I'm sorry, unfortunately, or they're going to say the Louisiana state law says no smoking. They'll quote the law or they'll just say the no. But instead, pause and make friends first. Thank you so much for choosing our hotel for your first trip to New Orleans. We're so excited to have you. Yes. If you'd like a smoking room, now we're going into step 2, what you can do. Rather than saying, unfortunately, we don't have smoking rooms, say, how about we place you on the first floor and it's right next to the smoking area where it's a beautiful outdoor experience. Would that work for you?
Yes. So
there's always something you can do.
Always
something you can do.
And this is the best part of it. So we can do something for him. What if we cannot do? There should be an options around us that will help us to do for the customer, right?
Yes, and that's the third step, offer options.
Okay. The third step is offer options, yes.
Yes, exactly. Let me give you one more example that might resonate. Did you ever work in a hotel?
No, unfortunately.
Okay, and that's okay. No, and that's okay. I'm just wondering I just want to make sure my examples will make sense.
Makes sense. And one time I used to work in a cafe when I was in university in a cafe shop where we used to have visitors coming. They ask for something like energy drinks we didn't have. One time I got to buy a new energy drink for the market outside and give it to the customer just because he is a loyal customer to us. Said we cannot offer it, but for this time we got you this one from the shop outside. Next time you can enjoy other drinks, or if you want, you can bring yours with us. Although this is not from the policy of the shop, but because you are a loyal customer.
Yes. Here's a great example. Let's say you are a regular customer at this coffee shop, and you come in and you say, you know what? It's fall, and I'd love to have a pumpkin latte. Do you have pumpkin syrup? And let's just say they don't have it. So instead of saying no, I'm sorry, unfortunately we don't, saying thank you so much for being a regular guest here, a regular customer here. Pause, make friends first. You tap into the heart. Then you can say, here are the syrups that we have. We have X, we have Y, we have Z. Okay, we have vanilla, we have hazelnut, we have caramel. And you know what? Because you're a regular guest, when you come back tomorrow, I'm going to have some pumpkin syrup for you.
Okay,
and
excellent.
Go to the store and you get some pumpkin syrup.
Yes, and you will make sure that he will come again and you will serve him again.
Exactly.
He will feel personalized and he will feel happy.
Exactly. And do you see how that was not a, yes, you can have pumpkin syrup, we don't have it, but do you see how we made friends? We made that person feel special. And I said, you know what? You come back tomorrow and I'm going to go get syrup so we can give you that pumpkin latte tomorrow.
Excellent. This is the options that we can use. And what you said, I want to cheat from your previous interviews, maybe about the magical words and all these kind of magical words. I want our audience just to get the maximum from you.
I'll give you all of it. I'll give you everything. So I'm going to give you another bonus. Step number 3 is offer options. So again, with this coffee situation, you can say, oh, thank you so much for being our loyal customer. We really love having you come in every morning. Here are the syrups we have, options. We have vanilla, we have hazelnut, and we have caramel. And you know what? For fall, caramel is a really good flavor. You're being a service provider. Then
Yes.
let's just say you say, and also, if you come back tomorrow, I'm going to go out and get pumpkin syrup so that you can have that experience. But for today, this is what I have. Now, here's the magic phrase. Let's just say you don't have many options. You can say, does that work for you?
Okay. So we give him the option.
Well, we offer hazelnut and caramel. Does that work for you? Or which one would work for you? So again, you're never saying, no, I'm sorry, unfortunately. You're standing tall, you're being confident, you're owning your day, and you're offering options. And when you can't think of another option, like, I only have hazelnut syrup, say, we offer hazelnut syrup. Does that work for you? And then,
no, it doesn't work. So what?
Yes, I love you so much. You're falling right into my trap. So then there are some people that might come back and say, no, that doesn't work. I really want pumpkin. Okay, I really appreciate your preference. Again, go right back to make friends first. Thank you for letting me know your preference. Today, if you'd like to do a hazelnut, and tomorrow I'm going to go out and get pumpkin syrup so you can have that pumpkin latte tomorrow. Does that work? There's always something you can do. Or you could even say, today what I have is hazelnut, and I'm going to go get you pumpkin for tomorrow. But if you really just need that pumpkin latte today, I can tell you that down the street, there's another provider, and I know that they have, and let's call them. Let's call them and see if they have pumpkin. And you might be thinking, why would I want to send my business somewhere else? Because
this is the question. Should I do it? And is it allowed?
Yes, you should. If that's what they really want. Because here's the thing. They're not your customer today. But if you tell them, you come back tomorrow, I'm going to have that pumpkin latte for you. And then, but I know where you can get it today. If you really are jonesing for that pumpkin latte.
Yes.
We're going to call them and we're going to send you down there because they're going to remember you.
And they will make sure. Okay, excellent.
Yes. And they're going to be more loyal to you because you found them what they wanted. And then they're going to be back.
Makes sense, huh? Because they will feel like you care about them as a person, not as a customer, as a money and a value. So they see your value. They are keen to have your experience better. Let's say it in our word.
Yes.
And they'll enjoy it. So it's allowed just to give them the other option after we consume all our options. Using the first 3 steps, we'll say, make friends first, what to do, and use the magical words and give options. Yes. So the customer will not feel like this kind of, he is stuck. He don't want to have it. He have to,
And now let me explain more science. This is more bonus for your listeners. The science behind offering options. And I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even put the science in the book because at the time I didn't even know. I just knew it worked. But the science I have learned behind when you offer options, what is happening is you are putting people in control. We all want to be in control. We don't want to be told what to do, right?
Yes, sure.
So when you are a service provider and you can stand tall and offer, would you like this or would you like this? Now, you're not telling people what they have to do. People don't like that.
Sure. They want to have the options. They want to feel that, as what you said,
I'm the boss.
In control. I'm the boss. I'm the customer. I have the money. I need to pay. I need to get the maximum.
Yes. And if you want, as a service provider, to own your day and love your job, if you offer options, you're never dictating what people have to do. So if you were to say, I'm sorry, we only have hazelnut, you got to have hazelnut, they're going to be like, no.
I will go away. I will not come back.
Yes, if you make friends, tell them what you do have. Tell them how you're going to go out and get some for them tomorrow. They're going to be your loyal customer.
Yes, and if you cannot offer the options, you can tell them that they go out, they go to the other shop, you can check it for them, and then you have it.
Yes.
Excellent. So these are the 3 steps. Now, number 4.
Get creative. The 4th step is that whatever business you are running, even if you're a mom or a dad and you have a 3-year-old that has a hard time eating his vegetables, you know what your hard no's are in your life. So let's just say, for example, you run this coffee shop and every day somebody asks you for a pumpkin latte and you don't have the pumpkin syrup. You know what your hard no's are. then what I want you to do is get creative and create the yes. So, for example, in this situation, get out there and get pumpkin syrup.
Yeah, exactly. This is the point. You know your hard nose.
Set your front line up to say yes.
Excellent. And empower them, right? This is the point, just to empower them. So excellent. So this is the word I was looking for, how to build this cheat sheet. This was my next question.
Okay.
Internally, for every country, every place, they have these kind of rules that is there. So sometimes, whatever was the rules, for example. So the hard nose are there. You need to get the options. It's not something coming from the space, something you have it. So you be creative by solving your hard nose, right? Giving the options. Excellent. So now we came today with 4 main steps that will help us in our life. Just make friends first. The second one, just give options, what to do and these options. And the third one is... and the
second one is tell them what you can do.
What you can do, yes. Then give them options. Then be creative just with your hard nose and all these things, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you, Christine. Is there anything else we need to know before? Because I really advise everyone just to go and read the book. It's available everywhere. We will have it in this, even in the description as well, just to take it. And we can follow Christine in all the channels, because I know you have your podcast. You are being guest in different places, so we can have it. What else we can have, Christine?
I have so much to give. One of the things you mentioned about having a cheat sheet to empower associates, I do have a whole masterclass on creating an empowered work culture. And how you can set that up for your teams. That's very important. If they don't feel empowered, they're not going to even start to think about the yeses. They're just going to say, no, I'm sorry, unfortunately not. Talk to the manager. So that's very important to set your work culture up to be empowered. But teaching them the 4 steps will really get you started. Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, please. For the culture, I have a question now. I will ask. I'll be a little bit because how we create the culture there, how we can ensure that the culture is within the DNA of the organization. Everyone will be empowered. Just a quick question as a bonus for us.
Yes. Well, just a quick question for a quick answer for a quick question. Number 1 is your daily huddle. That is the most important thing you do every day. There's nothing you can do to improve your results more than having a team daily huddle that's 10 to 15 minutes a day. That's where you build
quick huddle. We review everything.
Yes. Whether you call it a stand-up or a daily meeting or a huddle, it's just that quick morning meeting with your team, and it's pre-shift meeting. So if you have 2 shifts, you want to have each shift. So that's number 1. That's where you build trust and culture and all of that. And then setting up a trusting culture with empowerment, letting your team know what their limits and guidelines are. I know many leaders will say, you're empowered, do whatever you need to do to take care of the guest. But that's so vast, it cripples your associates. They don't know what to do because it's too much. It's too wide. So you really want to give them some limits and guidelines.
Excellent. Yeah. So showing the limits, what they can do. Excellent.
Yes, what they can do. Yes.
Yeah, excellent. So we have the daily huddle to remind them about everything that they need to do. And number 2 is trusting culture with the limits. So they know what they can do, how they can do it. Like this example in Ritz-Carlton for the $2,000 daily for it.
Exactly like that. Yes.
And
it might not be $2,000 like the Ritz-Carlton.
It depends on you. Yeah.
What can you do?
Yes. Whatever. Excellent. So this is too much for us today just to digest, to start learning, because we need to go. And I'm very happy to have you here. Now, the one thing that we need to conclude for our guests to start with the hospitality and work on hospitality. And I do advise, even not in the hospitality to use the book, but you can benefit, as you said, in your daily life with your employees, with your parents, your family, everywhere. It's because it give us a way of life. I will call it this way. It will enrich the way we are dealing and how we can have the options to handle our daily complications and complexity. What is the one thing you advise us to do after this podcast?
Well, one, you can go get the book. And like you said, you can get a Kindle. Is that right?
Yes.
By you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can get the Kindle book. You can follow me on social media. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. And the website is thewisepineapple.com. Virtually, we can be together anytime because of these great platforms. So if you wanted to have a workshop for your team, that's something I could do for you.
Excellent. Thank you, Christine, for sure.
And
hopefully we'll meet.
Yeah, that's
Thank
so
you.
sweet. You're
Have
awesome.
a wonderful day, and thank you very much, Christine.
Thank you so
Enjoy
much.
your
Have a
time.
great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.